Good afternoon, everybody. How's things again today? It's yeah, cooled down a little bit. We've got a bit of rain here, so yeah, it's quite nice, if you know what I mean. Not that I'm complaining about warm weather, but sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of a breeze. And of course, we're just going to be chilling out. It's been very, very busy, crazy week so far here at Sanntangle HQ, but we're getting there. And of course, it's just really nice to yeah, just spend some time with friends and do a bit of a tile, isn't it? So are you ready? Today, okay, I've got my black tile. This is from the Elite collection, and I suppose you've gathered from this that we're going to be using a white pen. But what I have done on the front of it, you notice, look at that. I've actually done a bit of inking on it. So I've used the colour cloud, and I just thought it's quite nice to give it a go, and it's come out really good, isn't it? It's a lovely little texture going on there. So, okay, what do I have with me? I've got my white pen, I've got my white chalky pencil, and I've got my rubber. I'm going to try and do any lines rather than with a pencil. I'm going to do it with my white, so it's a little bit clearer, and we don't want really any graphite on there. So, shall we make a start? Okay, are you ready for this then? Okay, I'm going to come in. That's just probably as big as I can get it. It's quite nice, isn't it, that little bit of inking on the background? You wouldn't really think of doing it always with a black tile, but okay. I'm going to start, where do I want to start? Up here, and I'm going to sketch in a sort of a square shape. I say sort of, if it's not quite right, it's fine, not too big. More rectangle than square, I suppose, but that's okay. Oh, well, I'm glad I've made you happy, Chris. I know we've got these fabulous tiles, haven't we? These black tiles, and I don't think we use them enough. Working on black paper is just lovely. It really is. Okay, so we've got one there. There you are. Now, it doesn't matter if yours are in a slightly different place. It's absolutely fine. I want one sort of coming in here, I think. But you know, as long as you've got them sort of middle-ish, so I'm going to leave that one. It's going to go in behind there, and of course I can just rub out those little spaces there. So that gives me my starting point. And I'm going to, again, do myself a little bit of a sketch. I want a bubble here. See, it's a little bit bigger than a small bubble. There you go. All right. Let's just get rid of that bit in the middle. Okay. All right, so I think we're good to go then. Let's just sort of move out a little bit. You can see the whole thing. I've got that going on in the centre. And so in comes the pen. We just want to make sure, of course, that your pen works. It's always, you know, with a gel pen, you want to make sure that the end's done. And there you go, like working fine. Okay, so I'm going to draw in this white bubble here with my white pen. Just take your time with it. And remember, your gel pen's going to take a little bit longer to dry. So it's going to be fine. It's quite nice to do something different, isn't it? Use a different pen. There you go. And let's put the other aura inside. What I do. Again, see, just take your time with it. Just enjoy that process of that white, and of course I can come and get rid of that white afterwards, so I use it to blend in a bit later. There you go. Okay, first part done. There you go. Oh, hey Sarah. Oh, it's not nice when you're not feeling well, is it? Packed all your parcels this morning though, so they're all gone. There's not a pile waiting for you when you get back. Okay. Oh, I know, Maureen. Look at this. All right. So let's do a little sort of petal there. I'm not going to go too narrow. And one there. Okay. And then looking here, we can do. Now, do I want to do 2 or do you want to do 3? Your decision. I'm going to come in and do 2. There you go. Of course, if you want to do 3, put one in the middle and then put one either side. But this is going to give me 6 petals. There you go. So, of course, in a short while, you could come in and you could fill this in with gel pen or anything, really. Your shiny ones or whatever you want to do. I'm going to come in and put a little swirl in there. And turning it round, a little bit of a dot in the middle there. And in again. And again. And sort of keep it going around. There you go. Okay. And then in between these spaces, I'm going to come in with a bubble. Because it's got a large space, I don't want to fill all of that with a gel pen, but see, I can come round and do this one. Okay. So again, you can put lots of bubbles in there if you want, if you don't want to fill it, or you could use lines. Oh, actually, Tess, hasn't it made a huge difference? Have we not done that before with a flower? We do quite a lot of them, don't we? It's a little bit different there. Certainly doing it with a white pen, I think, makes it a bit different as well. There you go. Okay, let's have a little look at that then. All right, so far so good. So, okay, I'm going to come out now. Now, this is deep breath, and if you'd rather do this with pencil first, I'm going to turn it around. Fine, don't think you've got to do this straight off. But I want to come round and draw quite a large curl shape. See? Now look, that one is coming off the bottom there. And then here, it's going to come back round and it's going to join and go to a point. Like so. You see, I ignored that where it had sort of missed. I can come back and put that in now. Okay. Oh yeah, Maureen, you could do it in any colour you like. Any colour you like. So let's pick up this again, and it's going to go underneath slightly that last one there and bring that round. And then another one, slightly underneath again, look. And around. I've got 3 in a row, see? Look at that. Okay. So in these little gaps, I'm going to put a little loop, a little line in. A little loop with a line, and a loop with a line. Okay. It's nice, isn't it? The white and the black different. You've got that little hint of that sort of inking. Hang on a second, like the other sort of coming through on the other side there. Okay, so looking at this side then. Oh, actually, before we do that, let's do something different with this, being that we did something different there. Let's extend that line and create a curl in there as well. See, extend the line and put a little bobble in that one as well. There you go. All right. And then whilst I've got it this way, it just sort of feels better for me to do it like this. Let's put a little loop in there. And then let's have one going slightly underneath another one. Oh, Lynn, just do it. What can hurt? It's just a tile, a bit of black paper. No big deal. Oh, I'm going to put another one in there. Okay, see, I'm going to finish it, I think, with some little dots as well. Okay. So that one was easy, wasn't it? So we're going to do another one of these, but I'm going to bring it along here now. And you see where I've got this sort of space? That's where I'm going to aim. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to sort of come off about here. And if you need to, you can sort of imagine where it's going to go first. Okay. And let's come up. Oh, see, my pen doesn't want to work at all now. Let's straighten it up a bit. Up. There you go. That's better. Around. Now, if it goes slightly over that, doesn't matter. And you can go behind it if you want. And then back down. Okay, so it's quite a large piece there. All right. So let's do another. Again, it's going to overlap that one and back. And another. And back. Okay, I'm going to probably put, I'm going to put a small one in there as well, being that it's so long, I can get another one in. And then we can continue those curls in there. Just gives it a little bit of a different feel. There we go. And then in the gaps, just as I did before, and let's put that loop in, and a loop, and a loop, and a loop. And then remember we did these, so let's do something similar. A loop, and we did a dot. And again, see, look right here. Pen's decided it doesn't want to do loops now. You will do loops. Okay, and I'll do 4, so I've got the same top and bottom. There we are. That's our first little bit done. Okay, so far so good. All right, so let's have a look then at this first little shape here, because of course it's now buried a little bit underneath some of that design. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna put that in. So I've got just that block. See, I won't see any of the others because it's all underneath this here. So there we go. I'm gonna work with this. So I'm gonna come in with largish bubbles. You know, don't go too small with these because we're going to tangle inside them. See, that's going to look like it's going underneath. And there, we've got one, and a bit of one there, look. And here, I can't really do a large one, so let's do some smaller. And sort of fill in some of the areas where we can. There we are. Okay. So then this one here, it's going on in. Hi Sue. How did you get on with looking for your ink? Did you find it? Did you do it? Sue and I were discussing different inks the other day and what to use. So, all right. So I've done like a little aura inside those ones, just the larger ones there. Okay. There. Oh, Chris. Yes, it will be. We just yeah, I'm almost there. I'll get that on, and of course, the new book as well. I finished packing orders this morning, so all the Hobby Maker ones are out. And Sarah packed most. I just finished them off this morning. So, we'll get that put on the website for you. And of course, anybody going to be at Doncaster this weekend? It's going to be there. You see, I'm doing a similar design to this one, and I'm not worrying too much about how many petals are in there. I'm sort of filling my space as I've got, so I'm ending up with sort of 5. Can't really get the swirl in. Here we go, look. So I'm just adding sort of a little line in there just to give it a gesture that there's something else going on, maybe. Okay. So that's fine. I'm not going to fill these gaps in. If I've got a large bubble like this, though, you could always come in and add a little curl. A bit of an occurring theme running through today. A bit lacy. All right. So that's that one. So next one. Before we do any sort of colouring or filling in of lines here, I want to come in and create a line from this one to this one. And I'm not going to go too close to the edge. Let's go sort of here. Almost straight over, look. And then this one. Straight over. Like that. Okay. Oh, Jill, I'm glad you like it. Well, yeah, that's what we wanted. We wanted a bigger coil. So, what colour did you have, Jill? You're going to be tangling all over your new folder? You see, I've put some little auras around it. And then around this one.
John Rushton.
There we go. And into this one. Round we go. So it looks like one's going over the other. So looking at the lines here.
What
Let's
we do.
put this one in here.
Hello.
And then this one.
Yeah, it's no problem, it's what we do.
There you go. And drawing a line there. Okay. So this time I'm going to do a line on the inside as well. You see, I'm just taking my time with that pen. Just making sure that it gives me a decent line. Okay.
You like to keep people happy.
There you go. And you've still got the ink in the background. You know, it's just not as sort of in your face anymore, but we know it's there.
Yes,
so
you
it's
underline
quite nice
okay.
to sort of do.
Pencil.
Let's just rub that bit out there.
It's okay. Pencil.
There you go. See, we don't need those bits anymore. So that's where we're at.
Carving pencils have arrived.
Okay, so that's that one. Working onto this one here. So if I draw this in now, let's put that one in. There you are. And this one here. So, good job John came in for my cup then. It's going to make me a cup of tea. Oh, Maureen. Oh, not sure what to tangle onto it. Goodness me. So, yeah, but do a few sketches first and see how you feel about it. I think if you, maybe if you do an overall tangle, so it's, or maybe start with something you like and do sort of a bit more abstracty, you sometimes find that means that you can stop and start it when you want to, so and you don't have to sort of have a final design in mind. You can just let it grow, a bit like your tangle board. Okay, see what I'm doing here, look. I'm coming from here, look, and I'm coming out and into this gap here. So that's gonna go slightly underneath that, but I don't mind. And that's gonna come in and around here. See, my pen's just decided it on. There you go. So it's sort of following on and it's coming around. And then I'm going to put a bubble on the top there. So it's almost like a little bead there. And then let's just fasten that off. Okay. Oh, Sue, that would be nice. Locket Lane on yours. It is nice, isn't it, that Locket Lane? Wait till you see the Halloween. Oh. Okay. A little line, you see, I followed the curve, and let's put some bubbles in there just to give it a little bit of interest. Okay, and then alright, let's have a look at this. So looking at this one here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend that underneath this one, you see, so it just sort of looks like that's a frame underneath there. And let's pull this one up. It's going to sort of come down here and in there. So I've got this like line there. Okay. So you can see this one completely underneath that one now, but this one's quite solid, so it's quite nice, isn't it? Okay. So next one. I'm going to draw a line down here. And then if I turn it round, I'm going to start here, draw a line here, and then turn it round. And I'm going to draw a line here. I'm going to turn it round. Now here a little bit tricky because of course this is the bottom bit, so you've got to imagine where that section is. So I'm going to put that one in there. And this one here. So I'm going to continue sort of on this pathway, putting these little lines in, just turning it as I go. And then here, look, so you're going to just sort of see that one. And then into there. And into this one. It's a little bit like a patchwork, isn't it? A little bit log cabin like. Sort of keeping focus really on where you're stopping and starting. And as much as you think, oh, I want to keep turning my tile, I think it actually works better. You get a better lines as a result. There you go. See, that one's okay. It's sort of quite small now. There we go. So you can definitely now see that that one goes underneath that one. Okay. Letitia, I don't know. I've not tried that one. I wonder if I've got a stays on. I might not have a stays on ink here. I don't know if Sarah or Leslie has. If they have, you want to bring it in tomorrow and we'll test it for you. We'll see if it works. Must have one somewhere. We'll check that out. Look at that. There you go. So a couple more little bits and pieces. I want to sort of, you see we've got these little loops. I want to bring some out here as well, just to give it a little bit of shape again. Put that little line in and a dot. A line. Again, that my, there you go. Nice. So let's bring in a little flourish here. Let's go up a little bit. And then I'm going to bring in a line and another. Similar to what we've sort of done here. And put this line oval round and then all around. This is where it changes slightly. Okay. I'm going to turn it this way. I'm going to bring it round as though I was going to do a hat like we usually do. But I'm going to do a zigzag. The zigzag is going to get smaller and smaller and it's going to go off into a curl. There we go. Let's do another. Let's have a look at this then. Oh, I do apologise, everybody. How could somebody not know we're doing a live? There you go. Round and along. Same as before. And I'm going around, doing this little zigzag shape. Going to be popular, eh? Okay. Let's put a couple little bubbles in there. Oh, there you look at that. See, you've got one going one way, I'm going the other now. I'm going to put one in here as well. This is different, isn't it? Three little zigzags and then into the curl. I'm not going to put any more of them. I'm going to put a few of these little bubbles in there, you know, just sort of finishes it off. There we go. I think that's probably as much as I want to do with my pen for now. I'm just going to make sure, you know, see around here we've got those bits of white pencil. I'm just going to get rid of them for a minute. Now, I'm going to come in with my white pencil to put some shading on, but before that, I'm going to just come back in with that ink. Because, let me just put a piece of paper underneath. There you go. I've already done that. Because once you've used your white pen, if you want to actually use a different colour, something a little bit different, see I've got a little bit of ink on there, make sure it's completely dry, okay? And I'm going to come round and add a little bit of colour over the top. I'm not going to colour everything, but I'm going to give it a little bit of something around that section there. Just ink it like you would normally the regular tile. There you go. See, so I've got a little bit of pink in there. Well, it's actually called Scarlet Woman, so just wanted to do just a little bit, because sometimes you think, oh, don't want to do just a white pen. You could actually ink that now all in different colours. There we are. So then I'm going to come back in and my white pencil. I'm going to add a little bit in there for shade. And then across here, it's the bottom of those loops. See, so coming from the bottom, I'm working outwards. Now these ones now it changes a bit. We normally put that little highlight in anywhere, don't we? But I'm going to actually put it sort of underneath the curl. See? Let's do the same on this one. So here, can't quite get under there, so I'm gonna put it on that top bit. But I've kept them all the same. Okay, there we go. And working to this here, I'm gonna add some underneath there. See, just on that line and a bit there. Now, the frame one, I'm gonna go underneath there, underneath there. And I'm going to go along this one. Now I can't go along this one because I can't see it, but I'm not doing that one. See, I've just done opposites, you see? And then here, I can do this bottom area and this one. A little bit on that zinger, just on one side. And then here, I'm just going to add a touch of it just to show those steps a little bit more. So just on those bits and a little bit in there, okay? These loops, again, just a little bit in there. And let's do a bit of shading and see how that ends up. So, tortillon, here we go. And if I start with that little bubble, I'm not going to do anything else around there, purely because I've sort of put that coloured ink on, so I don't want to overdo it there. And let's brush that chalk into those loops. Same on this one. Okay, see how that just sort of wanders in there. And here we go with this one. Again, just sort of ever so gently soften it off. Again, sometimes we don't use this at all, we don't blend it out at all, but I think in this instance, I'm going to put some here on that bead. And again, let's just put a little bit in there. Just sort of ease that out. That one. Zingers, I'm going to just zigzag it. Just a little bit. And then same sort of here and soften that out. It's made a difference, hasn't it? Just having that little hint of pink there. And by all means, you can keep it white. You see, I've left like a gap around the edge, haven't I? So it's giving it that slight bend rather than having it all. If you find for any reason that you've lost that gap, I'll come back and I'll do something with that in a moment. So, all right, here we go. Let's kind of soften those edges. That one there. So you want that sort of shadow underneath it, even though we're still using white rather than grey. Gives it a little bit of a difference. All right, so it makes one look like it's definitely underneath the other. Let's do a little bit of those as well. Okay. Right on. Okay. A little bit on those. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so sometimes, yeah, we've got a lot of white on there. We've done the shading that we need to, but I'm going to come in now with my regular black fine liner. And I'm going to come back in, and where I said, you see where I've left that gap around? I'm going to come in and draw that line in. You see, just inside the white. Okay, just gives it that little, let's just lift it up a bit. You see? And just make sure that there's a very definite black line in there, and it sort of gives it a bit of a neater finish, because of course you can neaten up those edges a bit. There you are. Okay, And then here where we've got these shadows, I'm going to come in and neaten up that edge there. Just to make sure it's definitely got an edge. Same with that one, look. It just sort of splits them off a little bit. It just gives them that little finishing touch that they need. There we go. Let's have a little look at that. Lynn, yes, I have. They are going to make me just white pencils. So if you find that your white pencil's getting a little bit small, because we do use it such a lot, then August, they've got them in production ready for August to make. So I should be getting them, I don't know, September. There you go. All right. Okay. So that sort of gives us that little bit. Now again, if you're going to ink it, I would ink it before you put your white on, because you don't want to be moving that around with your brush there. And then if you want to use lots of different colours, you can. So that would look quite nice as well. Just going to put those little centres in, those little bubbles there. And there is our tile for the day. So give it a little go and see what you think. Try the inking, and of course I know I inked behind and you can still see a little bit of it. Can't see much now because of course we've gone over it, but it was actually nice to sort of start with a tile that wasn't completely blank. Lynn, yes, I haven't even considered that really, but yeah, probably singles on the website. Yeah, we're doing packs, that kind of thing. Okay, just a little bit of a signature. There you go. That's all. So there it is. All done, sorted for today. So that's number 358. So I hope you've enjoyed that one. It's a little bit abstract today, but sometimes it's nice to do that, isn't it? And we've looked at a couple of different techniques and tried a few different things in our little pieces. So enjoy, have fun with it, and post and let me know how you get on. So all being well, I'll see you back here on Friday for our next one. So okay, take care till then everybody, and I will see you soon.